Welcome back, everybody. It's Jeff again with J&K Stay in Vegas with another episode of Movie Mondays. Today, we are in 89134. This is in the heart of Summerlin, and it is in what's called Sun City Summerlin. All in here is a 55 and up community full of amenities and things to do. Of course, there's a lot of pros and cons that come with that. And I'll kind of show you that, but the whole area of 89134 is obviously not 55 and up, but I'm going to show you around, see what's around here so you can kind of get a vibe if you ever think about moving to this area, and you're 55 and older. And speaking of which, you only have to have one person in the household that has to be 55 and older. Where we just came from is the clubhouse and community center, which has many things to do, and that goes with the HOA fee. Unfortunately, with a lot of the areas in town in Las Vegas, there are a lot of HOAs. Unfortunately, 80% of the town is under HOA, and so it's unfortunately something you have to deal with. Now, when you talk about communities that are like Sun City, in a future video we'll be showing you the other side of town, Sun City Anthem, and the HOAs can vary dramatically, but what you're paying for is the golf, the community center, the pool, all the stuff that's kind of inclusive. Plus, most of them do your front and backyard. That being said, a lot of them don't have a fence that goes out to the actual golf course. So that may be an issue for some of you that have animals. There are a few properties that put small fences up so they have a small dog, and so that works for them. But you'll see here that this is a very hilly part of Summerlin. Of course, this is about 15-20 minutes from the Strip, and there are a lot of things to do in this area, and you're very close to some of the other things that we've told you about in the past, and stuff that's like downtown Summerlin is only about 5 to 10 minutes away from here. But there's just thought I would drive you down this community, and then we'll go out into the perimeter and show you what that's going to look like and what is around here, like banking and food options and everything, and what is just beyond the 89134 zip code. In this community, pretty much every home in here is single story. In Vegas, if you've seen the other videos, you'll know that there's a lot of 2 and even 3-story homes, because you know, it doesn't cost that much to build up. So most of the homes here in town, you know, have small property sizes, but in the 55 and older community, there are tons of single stories. Even though their single stories are hard to come by, that are not in the 55 and older community. So just keep that in mind as well. So, you know, a lot of properties you get, you know, a lot more house with a 2-story because it's essentially double the space. So right coming in front of us here, this is Lake Mead Boulevard. If we were to turn to our left, that would get us up to the 215, which we've told you about before. And that would take you one more exit over there to downtown Summerlin. If you've seen our Walk with Jeff episodes, that would have your Costco over there and some of those other big restaurants, chain restaurants over there, like Olive Garden, all that stuff. So you're really close to all that. Again, this is Lake Mead, another street that goes all the way from west to east, and you can see the hill is quite considerable. If we were to squint our eyes and look all the way down, you'd probably see downtown as we came across or came around the corner here of Lake Mead Boulevard. But this extends quite far, and yeah, you'll see on both right and left sides numerous single-story homes. And again, some of the pros, again, they take care of quite a bit of, you know, the landscaping for you and all that, but even the cheapest ones can run you about $400 a month. It is quite expensive, and that's something to consider when you're thinking of a monthly mortgage payment. And of course, I'm doing these, and you know that, at least you should know by now, that I'm your 5-star Google realtor, along with giving you all the best staycations in Las Vegas and the walks and live streams. We're pretty much covering it all now, 2025 and beyond. We like to call it the J&K Network, as we're expanding out with more series just like this Movie Mondays. And I think there's going to be a little something for everyone. And even if you're not even considering moving to Vegas or whatever, you're not even doing anything when it comes to real estate, I think it's kind of fun to just kind of go around and see what's around, what the, you know, just what life is in a particular area. Speaking of which, there's a Taco Bell here and a Wicked Donuts. I've heard about them, but I have not tried them. And Wells Fargo, Walgreens right there as well on the left-hand side. What we're going to do is we're going to come down here. This is Hill Center that we're coming up to, and Del Webb on the other side. It's called Del Webb because these are Del Webb communities. Lake Las Vegas has them, Sun City Anthem has them, and Del Webb is primarily a 55 and older communities that they build. So if you ever see that, that's what that is. Again, if you are not 55, but you have a relative or somebody that's older than 55 and up, you can live there. As long as one person is 55 and older, you can take advantage of these 55 and up areas. Right up here is Rampart. Now, if you watch some of our other videos, and I have told you about the street called Fort Apache, this is actually the same street. So up here, and if you watched our Walk with Jeff on Tivoli Village, that right there in that area where Charleston and Fort Apache meet, that right there is the changeover from Fort Apache to Rampart, and that's what we're on right now. What I'll also be doing is showing you some of the things that are just right outside of the 89134 zip code, and give you an idea of how close some things are. And again, if you've been paying attention to all of our content on our channel, some of the stuff is going to look familiar, which is a good thing. And you are becoming, by watching these videos, I should say, you are becoming an expert in Las Vegas and what's around here. There's a lot of things to do in Vegas besides the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street. And life goes on in suburbia here in Las Vegas, just like any other city in the world for the most part, but it's primarily a city in the United States. And so all the people that work on the Strip that you interact with, bartenders, waitresses, casino dealers, all that stuff, they all need to live somewhere. And this is one of the communities right here. I'm going to take you up to said Summerlin Parkway, and then we'll cut back into the 89134. But at least this way, you can kind of see what Summerlin Parkway kind of looks like, and you know, essentially what's here. So you can see there Summerlin Parkway west and east. I'm going to take you back around, but I just wanted to go up here to show you how close some of the amenities up here are. And again, we've done videos on this area. Rampart Casino is right up here to the right, as well as JW Marriott. They're kind of joined together. And yeah, Rampart is up here. And again, if you've watched our Walk with Jeff series, in particular the one on Tivoli Village, that is right up there on the left-hand side. If you want to check out what that looks like, make sure and check to our Walk with Jeff playlist, and you can see what Tivoli Village looks like. I did a nighttime walk because it's very, very pretty at night. This is Angel Park Golf Course. It is a public course. And then we'll turn around here, we'll get on to Summerlin Parkway. But again, I'm just kind of showing you some of the things that are around here close by. Golfing is one of very popular sports here. Okay. So we're going to head down here. We're just returning again back the same way. Again, Rampart Casino right over there on the left-hand side. But this way it kind of gives you an idea of what's just on the outer edge of 89134. So we would go east towards downtown that way. Again, that would run into the 95/11. All of us locals got to start calling it 11 because that is what's taken over the 95. And so it's the 11 now. Interstate 11. That's the one that goes, kind of bypasses Boulder City, unfortunately. Kind of like a Route 66 thing. So, yeah, only goes a few miles, Summerlin Parkway. It's just kind of the middle little freeway in between the 215 and the 11. So you can see very, very pretty area as we look out to the west. That is Red Rock Canyon, and just absolutely beautiful area of Las Vegas. A lot of trees. You know, if you're not familiar with suburban Vegas, you may think it's just all desert and all brown. We have a lot of trees. After all, Las Vegas means the meadows, and that's why Las Vegas was settled so long ago, because the Mormons found those underground springs here in the area, and Las Vegas came to be. So this, especially in the Summerlin area, there are a lot of trees. It's very well established. Summerlin was established about the very late 80s, early 90s. We'll take a look at one area as well. I think it's in our 89134, but if it's not, I'll show you in the next video, or a subsequent video, I should say. That is called Desert Shores. Those were some of the first kind of quote-unquote Summerlin. I'm sure you know areas in your neck of the woods where the very nice area has expanded. So now this area up here, this is town center, by the way. So technically this little area right here is not an 89134, but I'm going to show you as we come into here what is around here. I was showing you in the other Moving Mondays. This is a huge roundabout, and it goes around this village center circle. There's a United States Post Office that's right over here up to our left, and over here are a lot of little shopping centers, really tight-knit community. You can see how Eggworks, you might have heard about that in the past. They have a few locations in town, but this area is very pretty. The Trails Village Center is what they call that there. There's an Albertsons, McDonald's, things like that. And then you have some like doctor's offices and just other offices in general that are in that area. Also, our parks here, I was mentioning this in some of our Walk with Jeff videos, our parks here do have grass, even though we have a lot of what's called desert landscaping. We do have a lot of times our parks, community parks, all that, and as you can see here, there is some nice green grass. So it's not just all rocks and dirt and astroturf. We do have some nice areas, and especially here in Summerlin, the grass is still pretty prevalent. But they do give you incentives for doing the desert landscaping, so that's why a lot of people do. Plus, it really saves on the water bill because, as you can imagine, water is expensive. So right now we're cutting through the heart of 89134. Hill Point we passed just down there on the right when we were on Rampart. And yeah, what we're gonna do is go right through and show you a little bit more of Sun City Summerlin over here. Again, very well established, nice tree-lined streets, big huge meridian in here, and you can see off to the right here, barely see it, but that's Desert Shores in there. That's why you're going to actually see more two-story homes and a little bit on the other side. But as we get into Sun City Summerlin proper, as where we started the video, go back in that way, you'll again see pretty much nothing but single-story homes. So as we make this left turn here, see Sun City Summerlin, a Del Webb community. See a better look at, again, some of the shopping that's in this area. It is a small little area, but nonetheless, some of these things are over here. Like a nail place. Dottie's is over here. Dottie's is another one of those small little gaming establishments. They're all over the city, just like the PTs and the family of PT pubs, restaurants. By the way, I've been to several PTs, or we have been, and they're all actually really good food. They've got, you know, nothing fancy, but you want a really good burger or chicken strips or, you know, stuff like that, comfort food, highly recommend. It is, again, nothing fancy, and the prices are really reasonable because they have gambling there. So they have a lot of the tabletop video poker machines, and so, you know, try it out if you're here. Even if you're visiting, there's PTs right around the strip, pretty close by. So if you've got a rental car, you know, pop in one of those. You can kind of see what the locals do, for example. So if we went continually all the way up here and we continue going west, we'd eventually hit the 215, excuse me. That's our 215 Beltway. Been keeping up with our videos. The 215 is basically our freeway that goes around the city. Right here is actual Sun City Boulevard proper. I'm going to turn down here. And if you caught the sign there, it said this is a golf community. So basically, as you can see, the sign there says slow because people are driving their golf carts everywhere. So this is definitely for the retiree. And I know we've actually had people ask me that they've considered moving to Vegas to retire. So this might be a place that you want to retire to. One of the many places that are here in town, and that's why I'm showing it. And again, you know, even if you're not as of that age, doesn't matter. It's still kind of fun, right? To kind of see what these areas are, to kind of drive along and see the part of Vegas that you know, you really don't expect. I think if you're just used to coming here for a little vacation, a little R&R, and, you know, get those rewards and stay at the different properties on the strip, you know, you may not even know that all this is out here. A lot of these houses also, since speaking of golf, a lot of these houses are on golf courses, and so makes it really, really good because, you know, especially if you're a golfer. Right here is Highland Falls Golf Club, Tavern at the Falls, open to the public. So again, I'm just showing you some of the things that are around in this zip code. So again, this is Highland Falls Golf Club. It's one of the many. There's also the other golf club we were starting from earlier. And we'll continue on down this way of Sun City. Let me turn over here. This one doesn't go through, but again, I could show you some more of the homes and what they look like in this area. Just a small little cul-de-sac, but some 3-car garages along with standard 2-car garages. But again, a lot of these are 1-story. Typically, these are in the, say, just like 1,100 square feet to say 1,600 square feet, 2 and 3 bedroom homes. So nothing huge or anything, something that would be very manageable for somebody that would be 55 and older, that doesn't want to, you know, take care of all the lawn and things like that. Again, see, like this guy is replacing AstroTurf. So that's what you're paying for with those pretty high HOA fees. There are places in town that don't have as high of HOA fees, but you aren't paying for much except for being in an HOA, so to speak. But here they pretty much take care of everything. Well, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Moving Mondays for zip code 89134 in the Summerlin area, and looking at the 55 and older community of Sun City Summerlin. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope you've got some use out of it. Please give us a thumbs up, as that is the best way to support J&K Stay in Vegas. If you liked any of these videos, or if you've liked any of our videos in the past and you haven't subscribed, why not? It's free. So please subscribe to our channel. One step further, turn on bell notifications. That'll alert you to all of our videos, including our live streams, which we do every Saturday night. The J&K Network is growing, and we'd love to have you part of our YouTube friends and family. All right, everybody, until next time, stay safe and stay silly. Bye-bye, everybody.